Your company does not have an identity and access management program, aka IAM, if all you have is SSO, password resets, and MFA. And I say this as someone who has spent 4 years on the IAM team as a security engineer. Yes, SSO and MFA are important, obviously. They make sure that the employee signing in is who they say they are. But picture this scenario. You have a new employee that joins. They need access to your Slack, your Google Drive, your GitHub, whatever they need to do their work. So you give it to them. And then 6 months later, they move teams. Do they still need the same access as they did previously? And another year later, they leave. Did you remove their access from all of the systems? Did you only make sure they could access company information through their company email? And do you have logs on when they performed sensitive actions? All of that, who they are, what they can do, all the policies around the permissions are what make up IAM. And a very important thing to note is that identities aren't just human identities. A service account that deploys code is a non-human identity. A bot that can query customer information is also a non-human identity. And now let's add AI agents into the picture. AI agents are non-human actors. And behind an agent, there's usually a set of non-human identities like service accounts, OAuth connections, API keys, and other credentials that let it access company tools, data, and systems. So yes, AI agents need clear owners, clear boundaries, and a way to review, track, and remove their access just as you would do with human and non-human identities. And the main difference with AI agents is that the combination of permissions you gave them can give them a more effective access than you intended. Let's say you connect an AI agent to Gmail so that it can summarize emails. Then you connect it to Google Drive so it can pull in more context. Then you connect it to a CRM so that it can update customer records. You've effectively created an AI agent that can read your internal emails, pull information from company documents, access customer data, update internal records, and potentially communicate externally. And unlike a human employee, an AI agent has the ability to use these permissions quickly, repeatedly, and across systems. It can also receive input from places that you don't trust, like an email, a document, a ticket, or a website. And if it gets prompt injected by a malicious instruction, the AI agent can be tricked to use those permissions in a way that you did not intend for them to use. And this is why the AI era changes identity and access management. Access is now more connected, actions are more dynamic, agents can act at machine speed, and they often do not have the same natural life cycle as an employee that joins, changes, and then leaves a company. So to use AI agents safely, organizations need to know what agents exist, what they can access, who controls them, and what policies govern them. So this portion of the video is sponsored by Savient, a leading identity security company helping organizations govern and manage who has access to their systems, data, and applications. To help secure identities in the AI era, Savient just launched Zuma, a complete AI security platform across 3 core areas. Zuma Insights help organizations gain insights into every AI agent, service account, API key, and other non-human identities across their environment so that they can see what those identities can access, who owns them, what resources they are consuming, and how they could create risk. Zuma Access evaluates an agent's intent, context, permissions, and risk in real time, helping ensure that it only takes actions aligned with the task it was given. And Zuma Governance establishes accountability for every AI identity: owners, lifecycle controls, policy guardrails, access reviews, and audit-ready evidence. Put simply, Zuma is designed to help organizations scale AI without losing control, so every agent has a clear purpose, an accountable owner, appropriate access, and guardrails around how it can act. And if your organization is building with AI agents, you can learn more about Savient's Zuma through the link below. So now, what does good identity and access management actually look like? It's not about buying a bunch of security tools and making employees go through 2 weeks of approvals before they can start doing their job. It is really all about having clarity around access. First, you need to know what identities you actually have, because you cannot secure anything you don't know exists. And in the security world, by the way, we actually call this shadow AI for unidentified AI agents. And if someone asked you right now who has access to your systems, you should be able to get an answer to that within a few minutes. Then you need to make sure access is appropriate. This is where the the concept of least privilege comes in. It means giving someone or something the least amount of access they need to perform a task. Then you need ownership and life cycle. And for employees, this is what we usually call the joiner, mover, leaver, or JML process. When someone joins, they get the access they need. When someone moves roles, their access should change. And when someone leaves, their access should be removed. But for non-human identities, you have to be much more deliberate because a service account isn't going to tell you it no longer needs access. And an AI agent is not going to tell you that the person who built it left the company 6 months ago. So every non-human identity and AI agent also needs an owner. Someone should be responsible for saying, yes, this still exists, this is what it's still used for, and this is why it still needs these permissions. Then you need policies, governance, reviews, and logs around that access. Policies are the rules. Who can request access, who can approve it, what an agent is allowed to or not allowed to do, which actions still need human approval, how long temporary access should last, and which combinations of access should never exist in the first place. Then governance is making sure those rules are actually followed. Access reviews, whether automated or manual, are how you find lingering access for humans or identities, especially after access has changed or they've left the company or it's not even needed anymore. And when an identity performs a sensitive action, like with any admin permissions, you should be able to answer what identity performed that action, when it happened, what it accessed, who gave it that authority, and whether or not that action followed your policy. So hopefully the takeaway for you here is that identity security is the foundation of all security. If you're a founder or a smaller company, don't feel like you have to build an enterprise-grade IAM program overnight, but you should really start with the systems that can impact your company if access was compromised. And if you're a company bringing in or actively using AI agents, you should be asking these same questions. Who has access? What can they do? Who owns that access? Are you tracking that access? And can you remove it quickly if you need to? And that's it on IAM in the AI era. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.